You learn to just go with the flow because it's easy. No one gets upset with you. No one's frustrated. Everyone loves you because you just go with the flow. But here's what it actually does. It ruins your relationships. There is no sense of self when you have those kind of relationships. You just do what everybody else wants. At the end of the day, you also feel like no one knows you. And yeah, no one does know you because you don't share. You just do what other people do. You copy. You're a chameleon. And then you wonder why people don't think about you. Well, if you're struggling with this, if you're going with the flow, I want to ask you to stop. In this episode, I'm going to break down how going with the flow removes you from your own relationships, why it leads to one-sided dynamics, and how shifting into intentional exchange helps you actually get what you need from a connection. Are you ready? Let's go. What's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast, the podcast for late identified autistic adults who want real relationships without fake masks. Let's talk connection, clarity, and showing up as your authentic self. Now, the first thing I want you to know about going with the flow is it's very important from situation to situation. Sometimes you have to go with the flow. I know I just negated everything that I just said, but think about this. If you're in a workspace and things aren't going the way that you want to, you're outvoted, your ideas aren't being received, and you have to go with the flow. Essentially, that's it. For politics in the workplace, that is one place that you can do it because you're getting paid there. But at the end of the day, when you think about this, like going with the flow, it's situational. So in this situation, you're going with the flow because at the end of the day, you're getting a paycheck. What it looks like is a transaction. You're spending your time and effort and energy and doing what is requested of you for money. And the request of you is not for your ideas. Womp womp. But in your personal relationships, it should not look like that. We don't want it to look like that because you're getting something out of this transactional relationship at work. You're getting money, right? But in your personal relationships, what are you getting? What are you getting when you go with the flow? And this is what I want you to think about. You're getting space with people. Are you getting just time? You're sitting there. I've found in my own personal life is that I've just been getting ignored and dismissed and small. And so this might be happening to you, and I'd like you to be able to open up these conversations and connections with other people in your personal life, the ones that don't feel so obviously transactional. And here's the thing. We're also going to talk about what it means to be transactional in a healthy way in your personal relationships, because I believe this is the way I operate. Everything is transactional. I give, I get, they give, they get. And everything that we do, most of the things that we do will be mutually beneficial to each other. And so if you say that you have no needs, no wants, you're just doing what they want you to do, you're going with the flow, then you disappear in this relationship. There's no real transaction that benefits you. Unless you want to be super deep with it and say that the transaction or the thing that you get is simply to be in somebody else's presence. That sounds like there's a lack of self-esteem. That sounds like there's a lack of confidence. It's like, I'll do whatever you want as long as you are with me. I'll do whatever you say as long as you look at me. I'll do whatever you want as long as I'm not alone. And those things that you are doing for this other person may not feel good to you, may drain you, it may exhaust you. But since there is no self-esteem, and maybe even underneath, There's a belief that you cannot have a transactional relationship. That means you can't ask for anything. You can't get what you want more than just having someone else's time. If that's true, if you feel that way, then I'd like to work to break that belief, destroy that belief, change it into something, and have a healthy transactional relationship is not bad. It is not a bad thing to get what you want from someone. I think the badness comes from it. The badness or the frowning of society comes when you manipulate and you try to control other people to get what you want. But no, you can get what you want. They're called boundaries. You set up boundaries. And as I talk about this to my clients, I talk about how boundaries are the shape of you. Boundaries are essentially the needs, the wants, the desires that you have from other people. And we even drill it down to specific actions and behaviors from others. I want you to call me every once in a while. I want you to text me every once in a while. I want you to go to the movies with me. I want you to listen to me if I have a bad day. I want to talk to you about it. I want you to respect my space and not call me after 10 p.m. I want you to check in on me a few times a week or a month, however your relationship is. But those are your boundaries, and essentially this is what you want from other people. And guess what? It's a transaction. And when they give you those things, then you give them your time. Then you give them your effort. Then you give them your energy, because they, in a good relationship, they will also have their boundaries. They will have their needs, wants, and desires as well. So in exchange for them listening to you, having a bad day at work, talking about having a bad day at work, they are going to reach out to you when they need help. They're going to reach out to you for support. It's like reciprocation. It's reciprocal, but it's transactional. Reciprocal transactions. You do this for me and I do this for you. Okay? Now here's another piece where it might get confusing, or it might feel like it's a bad thing, a negative thing to have this transaction. It's because you may feel obligated. There's obligation that comes in. If I do this for you, you're going to do this for me. That's not what I'm saying. It's not if you do this for me. It's more of I want to do this for you because I know this is how I maintain a relationship, and it feels good to me, to help you in a situation that I can help with. You like this person. You enjoy their company. You don't want to see them suffer. You want to help them. So you do it on your own volition. Do not think about what you're going to get in return. There is a reciprocation where you know that they also feel the same way about you. They don't have to do anything for you. They don't have to shit for you. They don't have to do that for you. But they will, because they enjoy who you are. They enjoy your company. They want to hang out with you. They want to be with you. They don't want to see you suffering. So they're going to reach out to you. They think about you, so they text you. They think about you, so they call you. They invite you to do things. They respect your limits because they like you as a person. And if they stepped over those limits, they know it's going to hurt you. That's how you feel about them, and that's how they feel about you. It's not because you did this for me, I'm going to do this for you. It's not that. So that's one of the ways that we get stuck in believing that transactional relationships are bad. You do this for me, then I have to do that for you. Get that out of your head. And there's a really great quote by Jim Rohn that I like that encompasses this. It says, I will take care of me for you if you take care of you for me. What it means is that it emphasizes the importance of mutual care and responsibility in relationships. If you do things that care for you, for me, so you're not upset with me, you're not resentful for me, you're not resentful of me because I'd ask you to take me to the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning and you really didn't want to, but you did it anyway, and now you're mad at me. That's not you taking care of yourself for me. That's you destroying the relationship that you have with me because now you've built resentment instead of just saying no. You can't do it. Instead of just helping me in a different way, maybe helping them find an Uber or a Lyft or getting a different ride or something else, finding a solution to their problems. You sacrificed yourself for that person and made it transactional, and you got frustrated that you did that. That's not taking care of yourself for them. That's a way to destroy the relationship. That's not a kind of transaction you want. Again, the quote, I like it so much. I will take care of me for you if you take care of you for me. That's by Jim Rohn. So most of the people that I talk to about this particular thing about, saying no, you've got to say no sometimes. You just can't be easy, and you can't just go with the flow all the time because you will build that resentment that will eventually destroy the relationship. You'll cross your arms and you'll huff and you'll puff. And well, I helped you move, so you got to help me move too. Or I helped you, I listened to you. Why won't you do this for me? Well, they don't want to. And you went with the flow, and now you're mad at them because you made a choice that you wanted to make, and you're now making them responsible for the choice that you made. And it gets hard here at the spot. It gets hard because you want to throw up your arms and you're just like, man, nobody wants to help me. Nobody wants to support me. Well, it's because you're pouring your energy too much into people, and you're going with the flow and not setting your boundaries, and they're just going to take, and take. They're going to take, and take. That's why when you are going with the flow, you just don't ever really get what you want. Most of the time, when I was going with the flow and living with this expectation of other people to read my mind, I would just do everything for them that I could possibly do, burn myself out, and then expect that they would do the same for me. And I was so shy about this and so insecure that I wouldn't even ask them to do something for me. I would mention it and expect them to get themselves in gear. Like, hey, I'm moving. And wait for them to be like, hey, when are you moving? Can I go rent a truck? Can I help you out? Where are you moving to? I'm so happy to help. None of that shit happened. None of that happened because I was the one who offered and volunteered my time. And I was always like, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. And they believed me. And so, wow, of course I didn't get anything. I didn't even ask for anything. You leave with nothing from these relationships because you ask for nothing. You expected without saying. That is why we do not go with the flow. Another thing that happens is that you become easy to be around. If you're one of those people who just wants to go do a bunch of stuff for other people, wants to support them to your heart's content, but you're expecting something in return, people aren't really going to know you. Like I was with the moving. People really aren't going to know you because you're not going to open up. Like, for example, if they ask you about movies, so you got invited to go to a movie and they ask you, which one do you want to see? We're thinking about these three. And you're like, I don't know. I don't care. I'll just go with the flow. And so they don't really know what your preferences are. What restaurant do you want to go to? I don't know. I'll just go with the flow. Whatever it is that you guys pick, I'll eat whatever. And you go to Pizza Hut for some reason. You go to the greasy Pizza Hut and you sit there and you have pizza and you're like, oh man, I don't even like pizza. I don't really like any of this stuff. But you didn't make a choice. You didn't make your voice known. They have no idea what your preferences are. You leave them to guess and figure it out. Don't go with the flow. Develop your own personality and then tell people about who you are and what you want. And I know this scares a lot of people because it scared the shit out of me for a long time. I have to tell people no. I have to tell people what I really want. What if they laugh? What if they clown me? What if they think I'm stupid for suggesting something that is not on the menu or not an option? What if I state my preferences? Well, man, you might get a laugh. You might get rejected. You might just get a gentle pushback and say, no, I'm really not in the mood for that. be prepared for those kind of things because they get to show their personality too. And what you get with that kind of exchange and that information is information. You get information about whether or not they're a match. If you really, 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 really did not want to go to Pizza Hut, instead you wanted to go to Golden Corral, because there's all different kinds of options for you in this buffet. You wanted to go there, and you stated that. They could have said, no way, I don't want to eat that food. Or they could have said, oh, that's ridiculous. It's way, way, way too much. Or it's too far to go. Pizza Hut's much closer. Whatever. But you get an understanding of what their needs are. And just because their needs don't match your needs in this moment doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's just good information. You don't have to go where they're going either. You can go a different place, or you can say, next time I will go. But if you go with the flow and you do the things that frustrate you or don't feel good to you because that's how you've learned to maintain a relationship, you are going to be frustrated, resentful, and feeling like nobody knows you. They won't know you. So how do you fix this? How do you get out of this cycle where you're going with the flow, building resentment that people don't know you, doing things that don't feel good to you, and expecting others to help and support you when you haven't actually asked them? Well, the first step, and what I tell all my clients to do, is to understand yourself. What are your needs first? You have to know what it is that you want from other people. And the way that you get to know what you want is doing a bunch of things that you do not want to do, but saying no to those things. So you have to start rejecting those things. You start rejecting, like, oh, Pizza Hut doesn't sound good to me. I'm not going. I don't ever want to go. Don't ever ask me again. You don't have to say it that way, but you can know that in your mind that that is not something that you want to do. And you will avoid situations in which people ask you to go to those places, and you will not find yourself in a Pizza Hut. Replace Pizza Hut with any kind of event or activity that you do not want to do. So you have to discover what you like and what you don't like. And that is a personal journey. That's where you start out doing those things. And you need to develop the language to say, I don't want to do this. I'm not interested. And not just developing the language to say no, but then start asking for what you actually do want. As you go on your own personal journey and discover what you don't want, what you do want, you're going to discover what you do want and learn how to say it, right? You're going to learn how to say what you want from other people. Like, oh, I would much rather go to Longhorn Steakhouse. I'd much rather go to a vegetarian place or a sushi spot. That's what I want to do. So you're not just saying no, you're saying this is who I am. This is what I want instead. And then the third piece of this is embracing for rejection. You are going to reject things, and that means you are going to be rejected. They had their heart set on Pizza Hut. They're not going to a sushi place. You have to deal with that. You have to be able to hear that information and decide what you're going to do with it. Is you're going to try and convince them that your place is better and you're going to try to force them to do it? Or you're going to say, no, okay, that's fine. I'm going to go do my own thing. You all have fun. I'll connect with you later on. Or you can just never, ever talk to them if the event that you wanted to do or whatever was really, really important to you, or the reaction that they had to you asking to go to the sushi place is absolutely abhorrent to you, then you reject them. They're going to reject you, and you let those people go. You let those people go. And if you're struggling with this, if you can't find the language for it, if you're not sure how to start conversations like this, I'm here to help you. I offer a 30-minute coaching session, absolutely free. You can go check it out at patternofpossibility.com. Click on the link, get coaching, have a conversation with me. I would give you at least one actionable step to help you get to the next level in these conversations. Whether you are trying to figure out who you are, to how you start these conversations, to what to say after you've been rejected, let's have a conversation. All right, let's wrap this up. If you've heard something today that has helped you see yourself in relationships a little differently, then I'd love to hear your thoughts. You can leave a comment here, or you can reach me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you could take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe, it really helps more people find these conversations and join our growing community. And speaking of community, if you're looking for a space where you can express yourself and be met with curiosity rather than rejection as a late diagnosed autistic adult, then come visit the patternsofpossibility.com and find your community there. Learn more about what we're doing. We're connecting with others. You can be yourself and authenticity in this space. Find other people who've had your experiences, who know what you're going through, so you don't have to do this alone. Until next time, take care of your energy. And remember that connection starts when you allow yourself to be seen.